Hey y'all, it's Shantae from Simply Shantae's Plans and welcome back to my channel. Today, this is episode 3 of my back to school series and we're talking how to get students to use their planner. Now, we all know that using a planner has so many benefits, and honestly, I wouldn't be here without my own planner. Some of the benefits include managing stress, increasing productivity, making sure that we have our tasks and reminders highlighted, and then also helping us initiate and prioritize tasks. However, not all students use their planner to their fullest potential. I have had a similar experience to me when I have asked a student to either return a signed slip or return a piece of homework and they don't have it. Then I ask them, can I please see your planner? Let's write it down. And the planner's blank. In this video, I'm going to share 5 tips for making sure that your student is using their planner to the fullest potential and the maximum capacity. Tip number 1 is to let the student pick out the planner. You may give them a budget for a planner and say, go crazy, research, find one, let's order it. You might take them to a store where they could touch them and look at the different layouts and find one. You might give them a list of closed options and say, pick one of these 3. But regardless, the student should have some say in picking out what planner they want to use. If you're giving options or they're researching choices of different layouts and different styles, it may be helpful to talk through these things with your student to make sure that they understand what they're selecting and can make an informed choice. Children, like most of us, are more likely to use and engage with something if it is something that they prefer and something they got to choose. My second tip is to model how to use the planner. Planning does not come easy to everyone, and it's not always as simple as writing things down and then doing the tasks. Sometimes students need to be explicitly taught how to use the planner, what to put in the planner, and when to look at the planner. So this is something that you could do with your student at the beginning of the school year. You could grab your academic calendar and write things down. You could go through your class syllabus together and show them where things go. If you have someone who's relatively new to planning, sometimes I like to suggest one that is a little bit more prompted so that they know exactly where to put items. For example, I have here an Erin Condren academic planner, and in this section right here there is a spot for to-dos. I would tell a student to put their homework for that night right there. Then they could write, read chapter 4 of Lord of the Flies, or whatever the homework assignment is. Regardless, they're gonna know what that space is for and more likely then to use it. You could do a mock spread with your student so they can see how the layout can be used and get ideas of their own. Once they get a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more independent, you may move away from such prompted planners or a specific layout, but it will help them get started and then they can go from there. Tip number 3 is to create a routine with the planner. So if you are doing an after school or homework routine, it will be great to have the planner check-in included. For example, an after school routine may include coming home, getting a snack, unpacking your backpack, checking the planner for assignments that you need to complete, completing those assignments, going back to the planner to cross those off your list, and then packing the backpack so it's ready for the next day. If the act of checking the planner is included in the routine, they're more likely to do it because it's written right there. I always recommend having visual schedules so that students can keep track of where they are and also start self-pacing through the routine independently without adult support. Here's an example of a posted visual homework routine that students can look at every day as a part of their after-school programming. The key here to remember is consistency. If the more times they see the planner, the more times they're prompted to use the planner, the more likely they're going to do it. My 4th tip is to make regular, consistent check-ins with the planner as well. Even though it's your student's planner, you may want to look at it to see if there's any updates from teachers or any notes to make sure that they're using it and things like that. If they know you're going to check in on it, they're more likely to actually complete it because they won't want to disappoint you. They won't want to show you something blank. So you may want to check on it at the end of the week. You may want to check on it at the end of every day. You'll get to decide that what's best for you and your scholar, but make sure that you are making it a habit to look at the plan to see that they're actually using it. Follow up, stay consistent, and hold them accountable for the use of the planner. My last tip, tip number 5, is for those who are a little less intrinsically motivated. If your child is struggling to use it, you may consider incentivizing it a little bit. It is more than okay to incentivize the use of a planner. You might say something like, when you use the planner for 5 consecutive days and turn in your assignments on time during those days, then you can, or then you will be able to, or then you can choose, something like that. This will give them something to work towards and also motivate them to use the planner. Make it fun, stamp it, give them a sticker, make a chart in the planner, something where they can see the progress they're making towards their goal, and that way they will stay motivated. Alright everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 3 of my back to school series. I hope you'll stick around for episode 4. I'm talking about how to use the academic planner to unit or lesson plan. This is going to be great for homeschooling parents and teachers alike. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, please consider doing so that you are notified when I post my next video. Thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you in my next video.